Hello, welcome back to Ones of the Force, a Star Wars podcast. I'm Phil, of course. I'm joined, as usual, by my co-hosts Dave and George. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
You ready to chat some Star Wars?
What little there is, I am ready to discuss it.
Yes, it is a very small show this evening. We're getting within that very weird period between Last Jedi being out, Rebels not quite coming back, and no trailer for Han Solo yet, which is aggravating us to hell and back.
Yeah, and I guess our biggest bit of news came from yesterday, which maybe it says it all about 2 weeks. It's in a very dry slum, which is mad considering, 4 months before The Last Jedi, we had like Force Friday like a week away.
Yeah.
Whereas 4 months before the Han Solo, we have leaked Legos. That's all. That is legitimately all.
We have nothing. It's quite embarrassing that here, brand new show. We're back for 2018, and in fact, it's our year anniversary today. Well, technically tomorrow, but still, it's our year anniversary for the show, and we have nothing to talk about.
It's a strange one. It's coming round to May, and we're all expecting it soon. We're expecting it to just be announced and like, here it is. Here's the trailer. And there's silence around it. I mean, I guess our first part of news really feeds into this, that we did yesterday, as George was about to allude to, that we got the official synopsis from Lucasfilm. So that dropped yesterday. I know, Phil, have you got that in front of you?
I do indeed. I'll read it out right now. So here we go. Here's where the fun begins. So the official synopsis for Solo, or Han's story, was revealed today, offering some new details in the upcoming film. So here we go. Board the Millennium Falcon and journey to a galaxy far, far away in Solo, a Star Wars story. An all-new adventure with the most beloved scoundrel in the galaxy through a series of daring escapades deep within a dark and dangerous criminal underworld. Han Solo meets his mighty future co-pilot Chewbacca and encounters the notorious gambler Lando Calrissian in a journey that will set the course of one of the Star Wars saga's most unlikely heroes. It's pretty much what we were expecting. I mean, there's nothing there that shocked me. I mean, they don't want to put too much in, obviously, but I mean, were you expecting anything else, guys? Or was that kind of what you were expecting as well? Because before I read it, I thought, well, it's going to be pretty much, it's Han, Chewie, Lando kind of doing adventure stuff.
Can I be the one guy that shouts, "Where's the trailer? Where's the trailer?"
Where is it, Ron?
Yes.
I mean, we are 4.5 months away. As it stands, we are, 4 months away from the film. Actual date-wise, it's 4 months and a few days. We are really not that far from this film, and we have no trailer. Now, it's a little bit suspect that there is no trailer. In fact, we have leaked stuff, which we will talk about later on in this episode. But there's no official trailer. There's no official images. They've only announced officially. They've only announced the synopsis, and that was yesterday. And we are 4 and a bit months away from this film. There's been nothing. And if you look back on marketing ploys. Now, yes, don't get us wrong. We know that for The Last Jedi, they were going to amp that up more. That's a saga film. It's an episodic film. There's going to be more marketing for that. We thought that you'd get a trailer maybe after the first week of Last Jedi or something, but no, it's been complete silence.
It's the thing is, with this, the way these films are, Last Jedi needed sold to nobody. This film needs selling to everybody who's on the shelf. The fence, be on a shelf, I guess. Fence. Whoever's gonna be on the. I don't want to see this film. They really need to sell this one, and the fact that there's nothing, the deafening silence coming out of Lucasfilm, and I don't want to be one of those guys who, it's obviously going to be awful. They're obviously hiding something. They're probably not. They probably have this cool little film put aside, but the silence that is surrounding it is. It is a concert.
It's like in Last Jedi with the hyperspace scene or the seismic charges from episode 2. It's just that silence. We're just waiting for the explosion that will be the trailer.
It's got to a stage where we've had more press statements about changing director than we've had knowledge of the film. My issue remains to the day is that if you sat down 5 years ago and said, what is the one Star Wars film nobody would want to see a spin-off about a character? The likelihood is you would have said Luke, Leia, or Han. Who's the first one we get?
Episode 4 is Han's origin story. It's Luke's origin story. It's Leia's origin story. You don't need an origin story because you have that in episode 4.
I want to see this film, and I'm excited to see this film. But it's getting to a stage where J.K. Rowling just dropped like 8 new pictures of Fantastic Beasts yesterday. That comes out in November. That's had a synopsis about 2 months ago. That will get a trailer in the next few months. I'm pretty sure that'll be out before the 4 months. And that's had their own controversies like this one.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the trailer out already for Avengers Infinity War. We had that out in December.
Batman v Superman, that had trailer 2 years out before the film did, but that can sum up Batman v Superman, though. It's very risky, and I completely understand the marketing strategy.
If they're back in it for Star Wars, we had the trailer for The Force Awakens 13 months before we got Episode 7.
Are we just not going to... Maybe we won't get a trailer, we'll just get like 13 TV spots.
Again. No, it wouldn't be that. It would just be...
When you put them together, you get a trailer after the end of it. It's like the jigsaw.
Yeah. No, it would just be on release. Like, here goes the film.
It's out tomorrow. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a weird situation that they're not putting in it. I know Ron Howard came out on his Twitter and said, look, we're waiting for The Force Awakens and for The Last Jedi to kind of come out of cinemas and for that to have its run, and then we'll get the stuff out. Won't be long.
We've got another 2 weeks left.
Well, The Last Jedi, I mean, the fall away now is kind of crazy. It's dropping right down. I mean, fewer and fewer screens now that it's on. And we'll kind of get to that in our next point. It's yes, I really would have thought we would have had a trailer by now. To not have anything, like George said, we haven't even got an official shot of him as Han Solo, and surely that is the one thing they want to get out there for people to go, all right, and get used to it before a trailer. I think it's something that you've kind of hoped to see, at least that. But it's bizarre by its lack of information.
A good segue into our second story about the Han Solo merchandise, because that's going to be out apparently on April 20th, because, according to a catalog. And the thing is, we've had the Lego leaks, and we'll talk about that in more detail in Toy Shop when we get to that. But the image we were talking about last time out that we thought was fake, unfortunately, has been confirmed to be real. And I know for a friend of mine, Matt, who's a massive Han Solo fan. He's a bigger Han Solo fan as I am a Luke fan. The image of the Falcon broke him. And that's what needs selling to people, is this new design of the Falcon, the new dish, the new color scheme, and that new front. There's so much more that needs
I like it.
I love it.
I hate it.
Did you say his name was Matt?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, but you said he's broken. All I can think of is broken.
I hate it. I hate it with a passion. I mean, you saw my reaction on chat. What have you done to our ship? It's like, your ship.
I love it.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I can't stand it.
We'll get to that later, though. But the fact that there wasn't really a Force Friday for Rogue One, but there was, because
there wasn't. It
was the September before the December. They just kind of had
yeah. But they called it something. They called it Rogue Friday, didn't they?
Yeah.
And which was stupid. But the thing is, I mean, everyone knows how much I spent on episode 7 and 8 on Force Fridays. For Rogue One, I didn't spend anything until after the film come out, and I feel like I'm going to go the same way with Han Solo. But the thing is, I loved Rogue One.
See if you want anything from it.
Yeah, but the other thing, the April release is... I mean, I'm not bothered about the merch release date for this, because we already know. But also, we haven't seen anything, so what do we expect from the merchandise? We already had a trailer in April for Last Jedi, so September merch made sense. They even released that banner in the summer. You know, the one of the 3 on the artwork, which is everywhere.
Yeah.
We even had that. And obviously, in the leaked image catalog, we do have... The picture we spoke of 2 weeks ago is clearly the banner that's going to go on the merch for this year.
Yeah.
And it looks fine for the sort of... I think, Dave, did you say it was...
I said it looked like it was for the toy design, yeah. That was my major thought when I saw it, that's real, that's where it's going. It's not for the poster, that's toy art. And it proved to be the case that that's exactly what it was for. Which I'm kind of pleased about, because the toy art's not always...
the best.
I mean, the Last Jedi art, it's Rey with her hair down, and that was for how long in the movie? Probably about 5 minutes.
It's perfect.
No, it was in it for a good chunk, actually, because it was after her Harry Potter scene.
Harry Potter? I'm in such a big Harry Potter hype.
Mirror where she's just like, show me my parents. So I'm a person with magical powers standing in front of a mirror asking who my parents are. It's so Harry Potter, it's ridiculous. I love it, but still.
plot twist that in the final film that Snoke's dead. Haha, if my theory's wrong.
Spoiler it! Spoiler it! Oh,
We've done our spoiler review.
China going to find out about this.
Luke's going to sue us. I completely forgot what I was going to. No, the artwork. The downside of this Harrison Ford film, Han Solo film. See, that's so hard to differentiate the two. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to see him as Han Solo. It doesn't matter what they say. I'm just going to be a scoundrel. Yeah, you just kind of think of it as. It's just you're not Harrison Ford. That's all. I'm sorry. Like I love Alden Reich in Hail Caesar. He's fantastic in that. But imagine
like
someone else playing
version.
Yeah, it is. It's like imagine someone else playing, Leia, or someone else playing Luke, or
someone's turned up to your house with a load of bootleg toys and like, oh, I brought this. It's ham snail, or well, it's close. We'll play with it. It's fine.
This is what this film
weird
will be.
one.
It's going to be very weird, and I think a lot of people said this film is going to condense everything we know about him before episode 4 into 2 hours, which it is. And I don't know, like I want to see that, but then I don't want to see that because we know what's going to happen. All them people that were never in episode 4 or 5, well then, you were connected to his life. You're his mentor. You're his missus. Well then, do we have an answer for you?
Dead.
The missus part they've already done though in the comics, so that's fine. But
He might have more than one.
yeah, probably Solo. Yeah, no, I am.
Yeah, you will.
But yeah, it's the longer this goes on, the more we can. I mean, I'm convinced by the next time we do a podcast, we will have done an episode in between with a trailer talk. Because it has to come out in the next 2 weeks. They've dropped the synopsis last night. To me, there's no coincidence that this means we're getting stuff. The Lego leak may have only progressed them to release stuff quickly, because now people know a lot about what can happen. You can start piecing puzzles together.
Yeah.
But, we've only got 4 months until. I mean, we've in the last 3 films. So you're talking 7, Rogue One, 8. We had 2 full trailers plus at least 5 TV spots. Last Jedi had 20, which was ridiculous. 7 had, I think it's about 6 of them, and I know that Rogue One again had about 10. But still, so you by that point we would have had 2 trailers plus at least 5 TV spots. So by this point, when you're talking 4 months away, you would have had the very first trailer, a teaser, and maybe the second trailer, if not at least 1 TV spot. We are a lot behind on this film, merchandising and hype-wise, than we are the others. And I think, Disney are worried, of course, but they need to start.
Don't think they're not expecting the big sell-in that they have with the other films. I don't think.
No.
It feels that way anyway. That it's not being supported, and I'm sure once they get out there, once the trailer's out, I think it really, really will ramp up to what we see and what we hear about the film, because I think at that point they'll put Last Jedi out of bed and just let it finish its run quietly, and it'll all be about Han Solo maybe. But yeah,
but if we're not careful though, we're gonna have the Blu-ray DVD release of 8 before the trailer for Han Solo. It's that cutting it that fine.
We'll get to the potential Blu-ray later, but we'll definitely have a trailer by then. Tickets will be on sale by then. Or will they? No, they won't. Of course they won't. It's just now the way it's getting further away than what it should be. We all thought early January we'll get a trailer, and it should have been there. Especially now, more than ever. This is a great segue. The Last Jedi's box office is very much fading.
Yeah,
fading, not fading. Fading for any depressed anti-Ryan Johnson people. You can have your 45-minute man cuts, you sad lunatics. Segue made. Han Solo, we all want to watch it. We all need a trailer soon. And also, I guess, because we got conned twice about fake trailers coming out. So that's another reason we're probably all fuming. But if we want to get some good news, The Last Jedi, as expected, has become the highest grossing film of 2017 worldwide, and obviously domestic as well. It overtook Beauty and the Beast yesterday, and it's on 1.269 billion. It'll be lucky to. I think it might just get past 1.3.
At a push, it's going to crawl towards it. I think.
Yeah, I mean, and what we can rule out is it doing any more money in China. There's a phrase crashing and burning, but this really did something different. It's dead. It got a $28 million opening weekend in China, which is awful, and week 2 it got $2 million.
I think half of that, though, is due to the fact that it was released so far after the worldwide release.
No, that's not how it works in China. China will see anything, which makes this even more depressing. Most films get released later in China. So Jumanji came out a week after Star Wars in real life and in China as well, and it made $40 million in its opening 3 days in China, and it's already 10 million more than Star Wars made in its week head start.
Literally in China, it's had a 95% drop off.
Fast and Furious 8 made $400 million in China. Star Wars won't make 40.
Yeah, it is crazy the lack of interest, but I don't know.
And Lucasfilm apparently keep going all out there, which is even weirder.
I think that's what they're trying. At every movie, they seem to try that. They kind of go out there and try to get a big hype for it, but it just doesn't seem to work. And whether that's then something that they go, you know what, let's not put so much money into pushing this there. But so it's a massive crash. But still, for this film to finish the highest grossing film of 2017,
it's still been a massive success.
Still past
it's $10
billion.
Yeah, it's still a hit. Don't get me wrong, it's a hit. It's just the China things. I just find it funny more than anything. But I mean, apparently this isn't real. This is word taken off forums, and apparently some so-called Chinese box office expert. One of the reasons this hasn't done well in China is because the cast aren't, quote, good-looking enough. Apparently in China, they like the very pretty people and whatnot, and plastered all over their films, the whole Hollywood dream. And Star Wars doesn't have that, which I think is just them being racist about a cast member, because they're a very racist country, and they're just saying that politely, that they're not good-looking. And also,
did you see Snork? He's a handsome man, even in bits.
There's more of him to love. It's fine.
They're just very odd, that country. I'm not trying to start a war. If they are, just pretend I'm American. But the other thing I guess we could say is they've also think they struggle to get invested into a franchise which came to them 7 films in, which I can understand. So here's hoping that the one country that looks forward to Han Solo is China, because it's the origin, which it still won't.
I mean, how well did Rogue One do out there? Do we know?
Oh, it made about $60-70 million. Force Awakens made about 130 million.
Well, there you go, though, because Rogue One is nearly perfect in every way for a Star Wars film. It's amazing.
But it made half as much as the previous one. Then it made half as much.
Well, there you go.
And then Episode 8 made half as much as Rogue One.
Fine.
I don't know. But the other thing, Rogue One, that had 2 Chinese cast members in, and it made 60 mil less than Episode 7. But no, just keep giving them Transformers instead.
Yeah, absolutely. They can have the Transformers. That's fine. Yeah. I do not want the Transformers.
No, I don't want Fast and Furious either. I can just go. And
we can have that. That's
no,
it's not the Rock in it.
Diesel.
I don't care.
No, not necessarily.
It's terrible.
But anyway, let's get back to happier things. The Last Jedi has been nominated for 2 BAFTAs, which is awesome. I'm guessing I haven't seen those categories, but I'm going to guess sound and vis effects.
Yeah, vis effects is one, and I can't remember the other one.
Sound.
It is sound.
There you go. There you go.
It's like the 2 generic, like big blockbuster ones. Yeah, BAFTAs are weird. They just in the Oscars they split sound into 2 for mixing and editing, whereas BAFTAs just
it's 3 as well.
same.
Good sound design.
No, it's just 2 at the Oscars.
Oh, is it? Oh, which one am I thinking? Well, they've got it into 3 sound design as well.
I've got no idea.
Golden Globes, what they do that for?
I've got no idea. You research that one.
Yeah, it's going to get up for every technical award.
Yeah,
it's obligatory for a Star Wars film to get VFX nominations.
And music, Williams might have a chance with getting nominated again. But it's a strange. I would love to. Adam Driver in this film is superb, and he deserves something.
Yeah, he does.
Even when he's walking around with his shirt off.
Solo Ren. Yeah, everyone loves him. But yes, so it has been nominated for 2 BAFTAs. We're yet to see how the rest of the award season it does, but I don't have high hopes for it purely because
it's not winning any.
Star Wars doesn't tend to do well at awards. it does well for the fans, but not for awards, and I'm okay with that.
The original Oscars, it sweeps because it was obviously the events and whatnot.
Apart from Best Picture, which was
Annie Hall,
worst
go
one.
in the bin.
Yeah.
A Woody Allen film, you sick people. You voted for that.
No, they didn't know then. It's okay. They didn't know.
It doesn't matter. We can change history. Let's pretend we can.
Okay, cool.
Just like the belated Oscars to George Lucas. Yeah, what I will say is this year's probably one of the best Oscar years I've seen in a very long time. Which gives me, I mean, I don't expect it to win. VFX is going to Dunkirk. It's going to Dunkirk. There's no, or Planet of the Apes, no questions asked.
Dunkirk.
Yeah, it's one of them two. One's purely practical and it's imaginable, amazing, beautiful. The other's apes. Whoever wins, I'm happy. I don't care. But it should be Dunkirk, especially BAFTAs because it's British and biased.
Yeah, it really is.
The Star Wars was shot here, so come on.
Yeah, but the Oscars nominations are out on Tuesday, so we will let you know.
Oh, this Tuesday, is it?
Yeah, Tuesday the 23rd.
Oh, cool.
Not this Tuesday, next Tuesday. God, I've got the weeks mixed up.
Well, it is next Tuesday because Tuesday was yesterday.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm in my own bubble at the minute. But I think it could get one or two, maybe.
It'll certainly get nods.
It'll get nominations. I mean, we get nominated for music. We'll get nominated for visual effects, special effects,
costume design, all that jazz.
And then it won't win anything because Star Wars traditionally doesn't win anything. It's fine.
I don't know if it'll even get costumes.
Oh, costume.
No, it's gonna go. Disney gone full force with Beauty and the Beast for costume and production and stuff like that.
Of course, yeah.
And then this
depends when the screen is good. It has consideration for and normally has the categories on the back of what they want.
Yeah, because they have to submit it. It's very interesting this year, but this year's caliber is ridiculously high. So I think it's literally going to be VFX, if that, and maybe one of the sounds. But I feel that Baby Driver is going to be the outsider for sound.
An excellent call.
Yes, it's a very good film.
It's superb.
It's got a superb cast, but one of them we can no longer speak about.
Yeah, you can't talk about Kevin Spacey anymore, but you can watch the film and just blow your eyes when he's on screen. It's fine. He can't reach you. It's okay.
However, going from an American award show to an American release, the rumored release date for the Blu-ray has been revealed. George, you are the one who managed to dig this up.
Yeah, a rumor dropped that, is it Best Buy or Target, one of them weird sort of discount stores in America. There seems to be loads of them. They've put on their website that they're going to get it on apparently Tuesday, March 27th. It was suddenly taken down, but I'm assuming it's true. It's about right 3 to 4-ish months after the release.
Which means we'll probably see it on the Monday on the 26th.
Yeah, I was going to say, they you get Tuesdays, we get Mondays. Or we'll get it the Monday after if they want to be stingy.
Either way, we on the next Wednesday show after that, we will be looking into all the behind-the-scenes extras and all the rest of it. I mean, are we going to do a commentary like we did for Rogue One?
I think we should try and do a...
It's a very long film, though.
It's 2.5 hour film.
However, our spoiler review was also 2.5 hours, so it's proven that we can do it.
We'll certainly be looking at those options.
Yes, so if you're interested, please put a comment below if you'd like us to do that. I know I definitely had some positive comments from people I know about our Rogue One commentary, so perhaps we can do that. Although, talk about something exciting around March, it's also February 24th, according to a leak, is the return of Rebels, which would make sense because you're going to fill that gap between 8 and Solo.
I am. I don't want to say I do care, but Rebels has got to a point where the first half was so depressing that the only reason I'm going to watch them weekly still is because of this channel and the fact it's the final season. I assume it's coming back. I want to say we're not going to say it, but they clearly spoil something in the part 2 description.
Yes,
something I don't care about. Something we knew had to happen.
I haven't read it yet myself personally.
I'm not going to say it, but you won't be bothered. Trust me. But yeah. So they think the main thing to guess if it does come back February 24th. That's back to the Saturday time slot they had for Series 3. Because this stupid all-day Monday format is bonkers. Although it's great that we get to see it early, it's very weird. Rebels isn't the kind of program where people would care about watching it on loop all day. The nicest way put. A live-action Star Wars show, yes, but Rebels, no.
I totally get what you're saying. That the second half, I'm looking forward to it because it's the closeout of this series, this whole thing.
The first half was a bit lackluster.
Left me very flat going into it. What I thought was going to be an epic season to close it out, especially since Filoni's like, "Yep, I'm closing out the way I want to."
Especially considering how good Series 3 was.
Yeah.
That's my main thing. Series 3, this is why I think I'm a bit funny about Series 4, because Series 3 was almost one Bendu fart cloud away from being a perfect series. I not just Bendu, there's another few things, but the fart cloud will haunt me for the rest of my life. Whereas this year they've given us wolves. I mean, what would you rather have, that AP-13 or a Force Wolf? I actually know which one I'd rather have.
I'd rather the AP5 all day long. And I don't like AP5.
No, AP5.
No more Alec style. No.
Also, though, what we can say is Lucasfilm, one of the high-ups, the employees, put on Twitter, the official release date will be announced this week, and she tweeted that yesterday. So I'm expecting that to be on today's Star Wars show when it leaks. We're currently waiting.
It's been such a slow news week that we are quite openly waiting for the Star Wars show, because they give us our news. They give us our news breaks. It's annoying. We need our news breaks because we don't have the official. We are not official, of course, but we wish we were. I mean, if we had the insider to Lucasfilm, it would be great. But in that scenario, we had now have to wait for them to give us the news, and then we'd report it as our news. So it's fine. But I can quite imagine it came back on February 24th. Now, I am very excited for the rest of the series. I did enjoy the first half, but not as much as I enjoyed Series 3, it has to be said. I have my issues with it. I'm not going to lie, especially with Wolves. Although I like them looking into the more Force-sensitive side of the rest of the galaxy, because that is much more of a TV animation thing they can do rather than in a film setting or perhaps a book setting. Comics they can do it, but I'm looking more forward to seeing what happens with Ezra.
Phil, your mic's dying.
Phil, your microphone has gone down. We're gonna carry on while he sorts that out, because it sounds like an absolute train.
It sounds like Bendu. No, it's fine.
Yeah. And then he was gas. Clouds.
But
Tom Baker.
Yeah. But the news is, I guess we round out our news really with Fat Ewan McGregor was interviewed at the Golden Globes, again, asked about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he said he'd be absolutely happy to play the character again, which, to be honest, we all knew. He's always wanted to play the character again after the prequels, and to get that confirmation, even though he said he knows as much as we do, I doubt that much is actually true, hopefully, and that he has something going on. But
we can hope he'll come back, but I think they'll wait for him to get a little older than they'll do it, but still.
He's growing a beard, people.
Yes.
And it's getting to the appropriate length. Maybe we'll get a Kenobi picture before a Han Solo trailer.
Solo picture.
Oh, dear.
Oh, young Kenobi turns up in Solo.
Oh, don't get me excited.
Don't ruin it.
I'm still excited.
No, because remember, Solo doesn't believe in the Jedi or the Force, even though he grew up in the Clone Wars era.
Yeah,
maybe they'll give him amnesia at the end of it, and he'll be like Jason Bourne.
Yeah, just completely forget, and have to get massive cosmetic surgery on his face by the end of the movie.
He takes like a thermal detonator to the face.
Yes. And that explains it all. Oh, that's brilliant.
Solo, the only man that can take a thermal detonator to the face and end up looking better afterwards.
You know, like Two-Face in Dark Knight when he just turns an Osmond and looks at Chewbacca. You can picture it now.
But yeah, yes. I guess, I mean, Ewan McGregor coming back, he's the only person people want to play that character. Nobody else, not one fan out there is going to go, you know what? I think someone could do it better. There's no.
The only way you could get something better is if you could invent a time machine and bring back Alec Guinness. That is the only way you could do it.
Imagine Alec Guinness finding out, like, in another dimension, that Star Wars is still a thing.
He'd be so annoyed.
Imagine telling him, like, yo, they're on episode 8 now, and he'd be like,
"Where's my royalty check?"
Yeah. The thing is, he would have come back for episode 8 for that royalty check.
Oh, too right.
Yeah.
But we have Ewan McGregor now, who is my Obi-Wan. He will always be mine. I love the fact that people shy away from questions like that, but every time he is willing to answer it because he wants to be in Star Wars. He's growing his Obi-Wan beard. The thing is, he hasn't aged because he was so young in 2005. Today, he looks like he should have done in 2005, which is scary. But I just want to see him play Obi-Wan. I don't care how, when. I mean, he lent his voice to The Force Awakens. He's clearly in the loop. He was in Beauty and the Beast. He's in the Disney books. Bring him back.
The stars shall align, and hopefully he shall come back for more. Although, speaking of a character that we love, Thrawn. Thrawn alliances. We're going to just go into Star-Lord now, because that is unfortunately the end of the news, because we have very little. Star-Lords. Yes, Thrawn alliances, a book to come out this year. What I'm very much excited for has been pushed back to the 24th of July, which sucks. The book that will have Thrawn and Vader together, which I cannot wait for, is being pushed back.
I think that could be down to timing of Rebels as well, getting that out of the way first, and then Thrawn's story. Whether they've originally had it with the original timescale, that would have happened, but I think it probably wants Rebels done, all out of the way, everyone knows exactly where that stands, and then the novel line. I'm guessing that's just my thoughts on it anyway.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah, I think it will be finishing the story arc for Grand Admiral, because the Fart Cloud predicted his future, and the cloud is always right.
Cloud is always right, and keeps your pictures really well.
Yes. Yeah, the Thrawn book, I'm not going to lie, I still haven't finished the first one. It's been a long time.
I haven't finished, but I'm nearly finished it. It's such a good book.
It was good.
I have 2 plane rides this weekend. I'll finish it then.
It was good. It's just so hard to read Star Wars. To me, it's a visual.
It does
so hard for it to read it. It's not. I mean, I'm good at reading. I'm not stupid. I'm not illiterate. But
I need the bigger print version.
I just don't like reading Star Wars books. That's so sad to hear, isn't it?
Yes.
I just and it's there like just I don't know. It's just to me, it's always been a visual
medium.
The comic books are great, and the turning Thrawn into a comic book. I probably am just waiting for that. In all honesty.
Yeah, going through it that way.
And then they'll do the Thrawn and Vader one into a comic book too.
Oh, definitely, without doubt. But yeah, so I mean, that literally is the Star Wars is not a great deal happening in the world of literature as far as Star Wars. So we actually move on to
Toy Shelf. I'll let you two kind of take on this one. I'm a bit of a backseat with Lego because I have no room for it, so I can't even get excited for it because I can't display it.
Well, yeah, so at the start, as we mentioned earlier, that the last week we were talking about the image with Han Solo, Chewbacca, Lando, and the new Falcon on there. The old Falcon on there. And yeah, this was sets now have come out and been leaked of a few different things, and one of those Lego sets is the new Millennium Falcon, which was the old Millennium Falcon, which, if anybody has still not seen it, is the back of the Falcon, but instead of the 2 mandibles, there's just one mandible at the front. And George and myself love the look. I love the blue flicks on it as well, the blue colouring. It's really interesting.
Got red on it, not blue. It's wrong. What have they done to the Falcon?
It looks great.
It looks awful.
It looks like
cool to get it.
It looks like what it would look like if Lando owned it.
Yeah.
Which he does until
Also,
the end of the film. Plot twist.
The dish again.
Plot twist. Han Solo gets the Millennium Falcon. Who would have thought?
That front mandible is coming off at some point, or getting split, or something's happening, and you're going to get.
No, I reckon that's just a bit of freight. They will literally just take it off. That's how they use the YT freighter. They put things in the middle. That's where they carry cargo.
Well, I didn't know that, so mine was going to be a cool theory as well.
It could be cargo. It could be the. What's the bet? It's the missing cargo that Jabba the Hutt wants, which kickstarts Han Solo's other series called the Star Wars series.
They say there's a lot can happen in this movie that could be really good. We just need a trailer about it.
Yes, we do.
Where is it, Ron? Where is it?
We've got your Legos, Ron.
Yeah, we know. We've already seen what they're like.
Although, speaking of the Lego Falcon, though,
shall I go through the leaked Lego sets very quickly?
Yeah, go for it. Then we'll move on to.
Right. there is a Lego Land Speeder. Not that there's ever been 10 of them, but it does come with 2 Karelian hounds.
Yes.
New animals, look very weird. Definitely not this year's Porgs.
We should also issue spoiler alert here, by the way.
Yes, sorry, this is a TIE fighter. No one would have seen them coming in this era.
And I think it's literally the same TIE fighter that's already been released as well. I don't think there's any difference to it. Yeah, from what I've had.
The minor spoiler is that it comes with spoiler Han Solo in Imperial outfit, as well as Tobias Beckett, also known as Woody Harrelson. Tobias Beckett, the poshest name to ever be in the Star Wars franchise. Maybe related to Lord Cutler Beckett from Disney's other franchise, Pirates of the Caribbean. This is set a long time ago, so maybe, fingers crossed. It's just good business, after all. Then we've got another Land Speeder starring Han Solo in some new gear, another Karelian Hound, and Kira, who is unfortunately Emilia Clarke. It's not spelled K-I-R-A like a normal person. Q-I''R-A.
That's Star Wars all over that for you.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Now what do we have? A third speeder. I'm sorry, a third speeder with the new Stormtrooper, which is called the Range Trooper.
Yeah,
which does look kind of cool. That middle ground between a Stormtrooper and a Clone Trooper,
and a Death Trooper. By the mouthpiece is total Death Trooper.
It is, yeah.
And then finally we have Phil's ever favourites. The Kessel Run Millennium Falcon, because we didn't know the Kessel Run would also be in this, did we?
No. I mean, Ron Howard tweeted out a picture of mines a long time ago, so, we did. Sorry.
Starring the most deformed Lego Chewbacca I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what they've done to the new minifigure. His eyes are popping out his head like Mezzo. But that's going to be on the market soon, folks. Don't forget. But they're all about Lego ones. Can you put together the story? No, who would? Because we need a trailer to do that, don't we?
We do need a trailer to do that. Yeah. Before then, we don't know anything about it.
But speaking of other Lego Millennium Falcons, the UCS Collectors Millennium came back on stock this week on the European and the American Legos.coms. Mm-hmm. I assume they've already sold out. However, I may be wrong.
No, they're still available.
Are they still in stock?
They are still in stock.
So then, Dave, the question is,
yours now.
I have not, as I right now do not have the funds to get it yet.
Did you put the funds aside for it? Though?
I know, and then things get in the way of that. And yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if I'll be able to. I'm gonna try and get it before it sells again, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll get there.
Fingers crossed. It's a good build, I will say that. But almost 4 months after it's come out, they've got it restocked.
Yeah, it's crazy how long it's taken them to get that back.
And it's almost like they intentionally did it after Christmas when people don't have as much money.
No, it's like, it's January before payday. Oh, okay.
Well done, Lego. Just on top of all the new Lego sets they decided to release too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's back in stock. And this is such a dismal episode. I'm not going to lie. For our anniversary, thank you.
Can I just go back to what we did discuss? Actually, I think in the last episode we talked about that Sand Speeder Lego that came out of nowhere. But then there's a character inside of that Snow Speeder, and the helmet on that little Lego minifigure is the helmet that Rey's playing with on Jakku when she's sitting outside of her AT-AT home, which I thought was made the set go from I have no interest in that set to ooh, I really want that minifigure. Just for that helmet off that character.
Yeah. I thought when you sent it to me, it was pretty cool, to be fair.
I really it made me sit like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't interested, and then you pointed out, and hang on a second, that's kind of cool. That is.
Yeah. I don't care about the actual fighter itself. That's just orange Lego. The figure is literally where it's about for me. But it was it's just a little awesome thing that came when people spotted it like that. The helmet is that's cool. That's a nice little nod.
Well, let's be fair, Dave, whilst you're talking, whilst you are 3.75-inch man, we might as well let you talk about the next bit on our news.
I don't want to.
A year, I'm still not going to let you get away from that one, Dave.
Just not doing it. Someone else told about it. Mainly because I haven't seen the figure line. Is the main reason.
Yes, no one has. All we know is there's a Battle of Crate 4-pack Hasbro pack coming sometime soon. It's just called the Battle of Crate. I'm assuming then it's probably just going to be, well, fingers crossed it's Luke, but I don't think it will be. It'll probably just be like a generic Stormtrooper in a pack with some other people that were made important.
Maybe Gareth Edwards' character, because if that's in it, then I might get it. If they release him as a figure, I'll get that.
The Gareth Edwards figure would be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if people would know. Or an Aid Edmondson.
Oh, if there's an Aid Edmonds figure, I'm getting it. I absolutely am getting it. I'm going to put a frying pan in his hand and just.
They'll probably do it as a Black Series, as a 6-inch figure.
Put a pork down and pretend it's his giant hamster from Young Ones.
Oh dear. But things, our wider audience out there may not know who we're talking about there. Go back to our review of The Last Jedi to go into it in more depth, but he's a very famous comedy actor over here in the UK.
And then lastly, I figure out we finished Toy Shelf. There are 4 new Disney Infinity Toy Box figures coming out. Anyone remembers Disney Infinity was the game where you put your characters onto the little pods and they went to a game and you played with them. But the figures that came with those sets were awesome. Little statues, basically, about less than.
Didn't like it,
I love
the Star Wars ones.
Yeah, I've got all the Star Wars ones still. Now, these ones that are out are one thing I hate with this line they brought out. They've reduced the style of those figures, but the figures are actually taller than the original run, and they're posable. So you can't kind of hold them together because they don't sit the same height, which bums me out a little bit. But they do look cool, and they've announced just this week, or it's been leaked, that another leak. We just run our site on leaks at the minute because there's no actual news. That Vader, Luke, Boba, and then it says, "Oh, someone's coming soon," and it's literally a Princess Leia shape that you can't deny. So I still love the design of them, that cartoony characterization of them, but the fact they're not the same size as the original line kind of ruins it for me. But I still think they look quite cool.
Yeah,
I've never been a fan of the style, I must admit, but I can see why they are collectible.
I did like Disney Infinity. I actually had the game. I had those Star Wars ones. And I remember getting tipped off at Star Wars Celebration by a Lucasfilm employee that they're going to shut it down. So I literally got home and sold them the next day. And within a week, it was announced that they were shutting off Disney Infinity. That's the best bit of advice I've ever been given by someone. But the figures were amazing. But I don't like the fact they've got like all the changing things on the new ones. Sorry there.
That's proves what a slow news week it is for us.
It is, because normally we're Rams, and this has been very short. But the whole like changing the arms and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't like any of that. They were great beforehand, I thought. It is cool that they've kind of kept the spirit going, but then it's kind of like, well, this isn't the same.
It's not. No, it's a different line altogether, really. But they've kept the same sort of spirit in it. So yeah, that literally is us done with Toy Shelf as well. And
there's
not a lot left to go. We want games,
again, very tiny. Which is we've got big updates about Front 2 because we now have Ivan Versier's TIE Fighter has been announced as playable.
It's mind-boggling because in the actual film, it's not a film, game. Her TIE Fighter is a normal TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
But EA, they found a way because they put a red stripe on it. What it is what happened when they did the episode 8 update. They added in a new ship for the heroes.
Yeah, and they needed to add one for the Empire as well.
They kind of forgot. They thought, well, let's just add in this. They could have just took one of the old Falcons off. Shouldn't have to have 2 Falcons in one game mode, but unfortunately you do. But yeah, they brought in the TIE Fighter, which has always been the worst ship to fly on Star Wars games. So good luck for anyone wanting to play with that.
Oh no, I love flying the TIE Fighter.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel for you. The TIE Bomber is amazing, and the Interceptor's a good backup.
The TIE Bomber is great fun. The Interceptor's good, but I like flying the standard TIE Fighter.
Oh, but it's so rubbish. It doesn't turn.
Lando's Falcon's going to be amazing when that turns out.
Oh, yes, it will. So there'll be 3. There'll be the clean one, the dirty one, and half broken one.
Yeah, and then there'll be like, wait, we're on our 4th dish now as well. So that's how you can tell the Falcon departed which dish it has.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. Unfortunately, so with 4th, it'll be the 3rd, won't it?
No, because we'll have original, we'll have 7, we'll have 8, which has the missing dish now, and then we'll have
7
just get smashed off.
What, in 8?
Yeah, shot off.
Yeah, shot off. Yeah.
Does it?
During the run in the Crystal Canyon-y bit.
Yeah, on crates, it gets shot off by a TIE Fighter.
Well then.
So yeah, Dish has gone
George,
again.
paying attention here.
I think in that scene,
I didn't see it first time.
I get but I seen it 4, man. I still haven't seen it. I get so pumped when they play the old music.
Yeah, the theme.
Oh, I lose it. I love
that's
that
one
theme.
of my favorite parts of the soundtrack is that someone said it's the end of music. Because no, it's not. Because it's in episode 4 as well. It's like Millennium Falcon's own mini theme, just when it's entering tight corners.
Yeah,
I love it.
But I love that part. I'm gonna have to rewatch now. Wow, that's a good reason to go to the cinema, eh?
Yes, it is. Before it leaves cinemas, definitely see it one more time.
Which is in what, 2 weeks' time, something like that, a week and a half.
I mean, it's down to the screenings
like
now.
3
As earlier as it's
maybe another 2 weeks max.
Nice.
Yeah. And then finally, in games, and our last bit of news this evening before we get to our Cantina talk, is Star Wars Rivals has been announced. Now, I actually haven't read the press release. I was a bit busy the day that came out, so I'll let George go through that one.
Excellent. I'm crazy. Star Wars Rivals. So it was announced a couple of months ago that they trademarked it, and as usual, we know it's a mobile game, not a spin-off film. And basically, what this seems like a sort of one-on-one. It's an online game similar to Force Arena. Bear with me, I'm literally trying to load the official press release. That's why I'm being very slow. Here we go. So it's the first real-time competitive shooter for mobile devices, right? It's player versus player. You're challenging players cross-platform just via the apps you're using and stuff. And during a fight, you can switch your heroes and whatnot. And it's basically got in-app purchases and is the usual mobile nonsense.
Yeah.
I think it looks dreadful. I will play it as a go, but it looks like a poor version of Force Arena, which I think is outstanding. I still play it.
It had its year anniversary the other day.
Yeah, and they keep giving more and more characters. They've really been smart with their release, but look at some of the stills they've released for Rivals. I'm sorry, it just looks dreadful. Yeah, I won't be buying it. Well, I'm not going to put any money on anyway, but it looks like a poor man's Battlefront. I'm not going to give you the details and everything, but you can register to do it on Android first, then it will come out on the app stores and whatnot. But Star Wars Rivals just looks awful, which is a shame because they've been on a hit with the mobile games, like Puzzle Droids.
Battlefront's good, and you've got Force Arena, which is pretty damn good. Commander, I liked it for a bit, but I went off it. And Galaxy of Heroes, I've been beasting for months now. I absolutely love that game.
And yes, I mean, with that, literally, that is Star Wars news all wrapped up.
And we've had to stretch it as well. That's how short we've been this week. However, it is our year anniversary, so it's one of those strange things. 3 guys met in a queue, and now we've been on air for a year. We've done episode 8 together. We did the Rogue One review. We've done our commentary of Rogue One. There's so many things over the past year on being on air that we've done that it's hard to narrow it down. So what we thought we'd do in this episode is just take a look back on things we've done over the past year and what our favourite moments were. And I'm going to put you on the spot, Dave, by making you go first.
Thank you. The past year has been a crazy, crazy ride. As you say, from meeting at a convention, by chance being in the same part of a queue, which is, I mean, we could have won that queue at any point and would never have happened.
Also, 7,420 to 1. It's ridiculous.
It's just nuts that now we get to do this every fortnight. And you ask what's my favorite part? I mean, there are great parts. I've enjoyed doing everything. I love doing the commentary. I love talking to Rebels. I love when we did a celebration. We were up till all hours getting on to talk about panels. So, I mean, it's been so much good. But to be honest, my main thing I take out of it is this. This is what I love getting to do this every other Wednesday. I love getting on and being able to just talk Star Wars for a couple of hours or an hour or 20 minutes, depending when there's no news. And Felicity Jones's autograph will always make me smile. It'll always make me like it's a story that's just one of those things now that we have. And I could never take this down to one point. This has been one of my favorite things. The whole thing is the fact we've done this for a year. A lot of people start Star Wars podcasts. There are a lot. You go online anywhere and try and look. People don't always stick around. Like, they'll get through 5-6 episodes and the interest wanes. Because you know what? Sometimes you're not being watched by anybody. Some weeks you'll put episodes out and 10 people listen to them. And you know what? I couldn't care a jot if it's 2 people, if it's 50 people. The more the better. It's great that people want to listen. But this, for me, is just... I get to sit and talk Star Wars, which I don't get to do in my daily life. I don't have the people around me that want to always talk about Star Wars. So this... Yeah, the fact we've got through a year... Woo, that's amazing to me. I think it's just a really great thing. I think to be out there, this now, I mean, I have my normal day-to-day job, and then I started doing my own YouTube channel. Not long after we actually went to a celebration, and then we got to this. And to have now at nearly 39 next month, I'll be to have this second life now online. It blows my mind. Just thinking about it, it's I love it all. I really do. I couldn't pick you out at the moment. I absolutely just all I can say is I love doing it, and long may it continue.
I don't think I can give a speech as passionate, but you've got all the nails on the head. What I will say is that, unfortunately for some, my best moment hasn't been this channel. It's been when we actually met at Celebration in real life still. Because how many people do you get to spend 10 hours of queuing in the lines top trumps?
That game.
That will be very hard to top for a long time to come. There is no denying that. But being able to talk Star Wars every 2 weeks is... well, I do it every day. I think we all do it every day. But getting us 3 together, wrapped up on the video for everyone to hear is always good fun. And I love showing... the jokes, like you said, the Felicity Jones one, that's our most recurring one. And that will never, ever be forgotten. It doesn't matter, even if it's not us making a joke on there.
Yeah.
If one of us goes to an event and you get an autograph, what did I say about Daisy Ridley's? £250 less than Felicity Jones's?
Yeah.
And it's always good fun doing these. I look
it is our
to
price comparisons. How many Felicity Jones autographs can you get for that?
And I can confirm that I got Andy Serkis, Ryan Johnson, Gwendolyn Christie, and Daisy Ridley for £250 less.
Well, no, not entirely. Because if you still add up your travel and still everything else, you're still...
That doesn't count. Doesn't count. No.
It doesn't count. How much would it have cost to have flown to America to get her autograph for £250? But no. It's stuff like that, and we know there's memes in that group chats. There's going to be plenty of Han Solo jokes for the coming months. We all know there will be. It's only when we go to Star Wars Celebration 2019 and see Alderaan Eckrange's autograph for $300 is when time really does give up on you. God, could you imagine Harrison Ford would be like, "Good luck, kid."
He would mumble something that you would be incoherent, but Harrison Ford, 700. What was it? 7? Was it when it came out?
It was 700, and if you wanted it personalized, and by personalized, you could put your first name, another 700.
Yeah.
To be fair, I would have.
I worked out as paying like £100 a letter. My name.
If you were able to send in stuff, I think I would have done it. That's bad. I would admit to that. But knowing it's the only chance you've ever get
of Harrison Ford signing, yeah.
But they weren't taking anything you to send in because he would have been sent with thousands of. We've got Mark and Carrie's. We need yours, and that's all he would have had, and it all would have been Star Wars.
Just wait to the Indiana Jones premiere.
That's what I've said. They didn't do a Blade Runner one, which still angers me today. So I've got one shot left, which is going to be Blade Runner. Indy 5. Sorry, yeah, Indy 5, and. I'm even happy to have him look eyes and say no. That would even make my day.
Just not. That's fine. Thank you very much. Phil, you?
Indeed. Now, for me, again, the weirdest thing is that it's not on. Technically, it wasn't on this particular channel. But our very first. What I'm going to say is once the first 0.0, which 0.1, which is before our very first episode, which is when we did the
Rebels
trailer. Yeah, the Rebels trailer release. Now, this was on Cinema Savvy, which is George's other YouTube channel that he does. If you're a fan of films in any way, shape, or form, go check it out. But yes, that trailer release for me was our best. But I just put it up in our little chat saying, "Hey, do you fancy just going on and chat about it if we can?" And that got a crazy amount of views, and we decided that was like, well, actually, we had the idea at that point of doing our own thing, but at that point, we went, yes, this could be something we could all do, and I loved it. I mean, yes, meeting up in that queue, me having to explain things to Germans who wouldn't understand and didn't understand, and very frustratingly didn't get the whole plan, is what led me meeting Dave, and then Dave and I meeting up and deciding that we wanted to get to the queue early as possible for what ended up being a very disappointing panel in the end, but for the ending panel of Celebration was when we met George, and everything from there going forward has been great. And yes, so I agree with you, that's one of my favourite moments. It's been a great ride since then, and every 2 weeks I get to sit and chat with my mates, talk about Star Wars. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better, and I appreciate anyone and everyone who listens out there. I've got friends of mine who I know are desperately behind you. When they hear this, they will know who they are, and they will kick themselves. However, everyone who does listen, do thank you. We enjoy it. We would do this even if that wasn't the case. We were happy just to sit and chat. I mean, we did. We literally sat in those queues for God knows how many hours on end, chatting Star Wars, and didn't get bored. I mean, I met Daniel Logan in the very first queue, which was just insane. So Celebration was amazing, but yes, my favourite moment technically wasn't on this channel, was that. Although I also did enjoy our Celebration review last year, where I did, 9 videos in 4 days or something ridiculous, where I was on. I did all of them. Yeah,
a long weekend.
It was a very long weekend.
We all stayed up for the final one, which nothing happened. And there's still, to this day, no Star Wars Celebration announcement for next year.
No, still
that
hasn't
will
happened.
come after Solo, I can imagine. That'll be, because Solo's May. I reckon we'll have a year for that, which will be June, July 2019. So,
and it'll be like, welcome to Star Wars Land in America.
Yeah.
And at which point my
welcome to Galaxy's
dies.
Edge. Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Indeed. But so that was one of my favorite moments, was then jumping on with that. I mean, I did every video from that release. I was the only one of us to do all of them, between George having work and Dave. I can't remember, he had some commitment or something. I can't remember what it was. But yes, between all that was great. So yes, it's been a year, and we are planning on being here for a lot longer. And we hope you've enjoyed it so far. Because I'll tell you what, we all have.
Yes, we have.
Delayed reaction there. Dave's off his own little world, not paying attention to a damn thing I'm saying.
No, sorry.
I didn't think it finished.
So. No, that was fine. So audience participation was required. But yes, no, it's been an amazing ride, and you're right. Hopefully we'll get another year, and then hopefully it'll go a bit longer, and hopefully we'll get it all do a show live from Celebration Orlando.
Next thing you know, we'll be previewing Ryan Johnson's trilogy.
Oh my
Post
word!
episode 9.
Yeah. There's a lot to come.
Star Wars is not going anywhere anytime soon,
and neither are we.
Until Disney do it to death. But until that point, when Caravan of Courage 2 comes out, the next Ewok movie, then maybe we'll have a break. But until then, you are stuck with us every fortnight. Thank you, everybody who joins us on a fortnightly basis. Thank you very much for anyone who comments, likes, follows us on Facebook, on Twitter, or everywhere that we're about. It does mean the world, and it's just like Phil said, 3 guys just want to sit around and talk about Star Wars, and that's what we do.
Indeed. I thought we were going to do the answer then for a second. I'm taking my job. George, anything else to add before we sign off?
I can't add anything better than what you two have previously said. But I believe Phil has the outro. Sorry, I just don't think I can add anything in because it's just repetition.
That's fine.
The thing is that we all feel the same. We all say the same. So in lieu of that, we've been one as the Force. May the Force always be with you. Good night.